I once spent the night in a bush in Basingstoke.
David's team.
Right.
That's a true.
Yes. Definitely.
Why were you spending the night in a bush in Basingstoke?
I missed my train.
Where do you live?
Well, at the time, I lived in Kettering in Northamptonshire,
Right.
Rose of the Shires.
Mm-hmm. Why didn't you go to a luxury hotel?
Well, David, at the time, I had no money in my wallet at all, and my phone was dead. I had no way of contacting anyone.
That certainly adds up.
Why a bush? Why not a bench or, like, somewhere warmer than a bush?
Well,
Is a bench warmer than a bush?
I would say a bush is warmer than a bench.
Bench is definitely colder than a bush. It's more exposed.
there's an old saying, you're warmer in a bush than on a bench.
So where was the bush? Paint the picture of the local
It was right
area.
in front of the train station. And there was, like, a little, like, pick-up point for taxis and stuff, and then it went down a little bit to the road, and then right in front of the road, just a load of bushes.
So you didn't look for a long time for a particularly comfy spot?
I'll level with you, David. The amount of time it took me to decide to sleep in the bush was embarrassingly short.
Right. Was it? Now, that does surprise me. It was a quick decision. You've missed your train, and you go, right, that's it. And you immediately, like, 14 seconds later, you're snoring.
Well, I actually didn't get to sleep. It was scary. I was freezing, actually. Even though the bush... It was a nice, roomy bush.
Can you remember the shape of the leaves?
It was like small, little Basingstoke leaves.
Individual leaves?
Yeah.
Variegated?
OK. You have to explain what that word means.
It means there's sort of, there's a sort of white bit on the outside, I think.
I wasn't paying attention to the leaves. I had bigger problems at the time. I wasn't sitting in the bush going, one day, I may have to justify this entire experience on what I liked it. I better memorise the leaves and whether they're gentrified or whatever you said.
So, James, you've settled down in the bush,
Yes.
and you're lying there, but it's cold.
Oh, I'm sitting there.
Sitting in the bush?
Sitting there, cross-legged and cold. I had a T-shirt on.
How are you going to go to sleep sitting?
I was scared.
What were you
I hadn't
scared
really...
of?
it was Friday night in Basingstoke. There were hoodlums around.
And all you had on was a T-shirt.
And jeans.
And jeans, of course.
Yes.
I still feel like the bench is warmer.
So, did anybody hear you in the bush and come and
At
investigate?
one point they did. At one point some hoodlums stopped outside the bush. They said, you know what we haven't done in a while? We haven't beaten someone up in a while. That's how they speak, David. Bullies speak like that to each other. And I was in the bush, and at the time I was wearing a red dress.
What did you say? What?
I was wearing a dress by now.
Why? You said you're in a T-shirt.
Originally I was in a T-shirt, and then I had to put a dress on.
Why did you put a dress on?
It was cold.
Where did you get a dress?
I had it in a bag.
Why?
I was making a short film, and I had to buy the wardrobe for the cast.
You're in the bush. The hoodlums had moved on. They didn't beat you up.
I tricked them. I put the bag over my head.
You seriously put the bag over your head?
Yeah, put yourself in my shoes. They're saying they want to beat someone up. If they look down and see me wearing a dress, it'll be like Christmas. So, I put the bag over my head, and now if they look down, they'll think someone's left a bag and a dismembered body
Hang on.
in a bush.
People at home, don't put bags on your heads.
No.
Let's go back to the temperature of this bush now. You said you went into the dress for warmth, but surely the jeans and the T-shirt were warmer than the dress. There's a lot of ventilation.
I think he
to
said
be
he put
fair,
the dress
I
on
don't think
over.
he took the jeans.
Yeah.
and T-shirt.
Oh, it was double.
Yeah,
No, but he didn't slip out of the jeans and the T-shirt. Fold them up nicely at the side, and then get the dress and put it on and go, oh, I look wonderful. He wasn't doing that.
Oh, right.
By the end of the night, he's wearing the jeans, the T-shirt, the dress, and the bag.
May I just say, it's lucky this didn't happen to Melvin, because if so, he'd have been on a bench wearing a dress and nothing else.
Let's go for a guess. Is he telling the truth? Melvin, what do you think?
I think, looking at James, I can believe that he could put on a dress with a bag over his jeans and T-shirt, but a man that picks a bush over a bench I can't trust. So on that basis, it's a lie.
Oh.
Faye.
I've got to absolutely say it's true. I'm believing every element, really.
I'm going to go true.
True.
Yeah.
You're saying true. Right. James, was it true or was it a lie?
It's true.
I will not get out of bed on Christmas morning until I have smoked a full cigar.
Oh. What age did this start?
About 33.
What made you start?
Well, when I was giving up smoking, I smoked those thin cigars, so I thought, well, that's not really smoking. And then when I properly gave up smoking, I thought this should just be... It was a Christmas and birthday treat.
How long does it take you to smoke the cigar?
About 6 months. And then start on the birthday one. Always got one on the go, but great to have given up smoking.
Do you smoke the whole cigar?
Smoked the whole cigar.
And how long does that take?
A couple of hours.
That's a lot of puffing.
You're still in bed?
Still in bed.
So you have the cigar ready the night before, and the little match and everything, you're ready to go?
No, we have stockings in the morning, so we all then huddle around my bed.
Oh, so the family and friends have to come to you, to the base of the bed, and no present opening till it's finished.
Have you by now slipped into the Christmas onesie, or are you still in your negligee?
Negligee.
Yeah, we're all imagining, because there's nothing more arousing than a woman lying down and smoking a big fat cigar.
Yeah, exactly.
I prefer a Woodbine girl myself.
Merry Christmas, Lee. Can't get out of bed till this is finished.
So what are you going to say, then?
What do we think, Barry?
I've got a 100% wrong record on this current.
It's time for a change,
It's
Barry.
time for a change.
Whatever you say, we're going with.
I think it's true.
In fact, it's a
You
lie.
think it's true? Is that what you're saying, Lee?
No, opposite no. What do you think?
I think it's true.
Oh, you think it's true?
Yeah.
You both say true.
I'm going to say true.
Well, I'll go with my team and say it's true.
You say it's true. OK, Miranda, the cigar, Christmas morning, truth or lie?
It is a lie.
Oh.
Yes.
When I was a teacher, whilst trying to explain a tricky concept, I accidentally locked a pupil in a cupboard.
David's team.
OK, what was the concept? Was it the concept of imprisonment?
It was a maths lesson. I was teaching the topic of probability and chance.
What's the chances of getting locked in the cupboard?
Well, that became an extra learning objective. That wasn't the main one. I was trying to get across the idea of
Narnia.
Yeah. I was trying to get them to understand how to explain the concept of probability. So the idea was that if you had, like, an alien arrive on Earth, how would you explain probability?
Which would be the first thing you'd do, wouldn't it?
Yeah. No, actually,
Put the laser down, let me talk to you about maths.
Yeah.
Romesh, what age group was this?
So this is year 8, so
okay.
11, 12 years old.
So...
what happened was I needed somebody to pretend to be an alien.
OK.
So I selected a child from the class. I didn't just go out and look for one.
How did you select? Did you go for the little green one with the pointy ears?
Well, no, actually, what it was is I thought I was doing a good thing because, you know, you get some kids that are sort of... that have problems making friendships and stuff like that. And I had a kid like that in the class, so I thought I'd bring him out of himself.
You chose the kid that got bullied to be the alien. So the rest of the class can point at him and go, alien.
I mean, to be fair, I thought we were just playing a game. I didn't realise this was an Ofsted inspection. So basically what it was, I was trying to make it realistic.
OK.
So I said to him, why don't we pretend this cupboard is like a transformation chamber? You know,
right.
You go in the cupboard, you go in as a boy.
Oh, it's just getting worse, isn't it? Why one of my kids came home from school and described this scene, I'd be down that school like a shot.
And how surprised will you then be to see that teacher on the BBC a few years later?
In the current climate, not surprised at
all. Basically, I said to him, you're going to go into the cupboard, you're going to transform into an alien.
What was the concept again you're trying to teach the kid?
Probability.
Probability?
Yeah.
We haven't got to that bit yet. We're going to find out when he steps out.
Right now we're trying to find out how to transform to an alien right now.
That's what we're looking forward to. We're looking forward to him coming out. We never get that far, do we? What am I talking about?
At the next Ofsted inspection, a small skeleton was discovered.
And they said, what are the chances of that? And they said, well, interesting, you should ask that. What were you going to do, though? That's what I want to know. If he hadn't got locked in, what were you going to do?
The idea was that he was going to come out and be the alien, and then I was going to get different kids to...
different kids to... Don't lose confidence.
So, I was going to get different kids to explain to him what probability was. So he was going to be like the dummy alien, and then he'd be like... Boo, 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 and then...
Never to be bullied again.
No, I can't help feeling that I'm a little bit under attack here.
It's all right, because you may be lying, in which case you're off the hook. Why does it help to understand probability, to get children to explain it to an alien?
So basically, in order to get the idea that a kid understands a concept, them explaining it and that explanation being clear illustrates that they have learnt it completely.
So Romesh, you've sort of left it that he's in the cupboard. He got in.
Yeah.
What happened?
I realised I couldn't open the door to let him out. So I sort of started looking around for other teachers to help me. And they said, actually, the cupboard, it can be opened from the inside. The problem came when I said to him, you're going to have to come out the cupboard, just open it from the inside. And he replied... because he was being an alien.
Right.
So, that extended the problem. And he was in there for 20 minutes.
So he came out in the end, he eventually opened it, he came out and...
Well, the lesson was ruined.
What are you thinking, David?
I do know that Romesh used to be a maths teacher.
Oh, OK.
Right. So, and that, you know, education's loss as show business is gain. There were so many gaps in the story, I just...
Yeah, the story wasn't really adding up, right? For a maths teacher,
We think it's a lie, do we?
I think it might be.
It's a lie for all of you. OK. Romesh, truth or lie?
The story is true.
Our next round is called This Is My, where we bring on a mystery guest who has a close connection to one of our panellists. This week, each of David's team will claim it's them that has the genuine connection to the guest, and it's up to Lee's team to spot who's telling the truth. So please welcome this week's special guest, Ken. Welcome, Ken. So, Richard, first of all, what is Ken to you?
This is Ken. He produced my record, a dance version of a Shakespearean soliloquy.
Right, OK. Fern, how do you know Ken?
This is Ken, and he and I are part of the same Morris dancing troupe.
Right. Finally, David, what is your connection to Ken?
This is Ken, and Ken drives a steam engine and recently let me ride in the cab with him.
Well, I think we all know which is the favourite. We'll start with Richard. You said it was a Shakespearean soliloquy.
Yeah. It was a version of Hamlet's To Be or Not to Be.
Chuck up. Chuck up.
Yeah.
And was there rapping? Was there a bit of... Was there any...
Martin, you're really down with the kids.
That is the question. Is it the question?
No. Did you keep with the original or did you change the words?
No, the words were as is.
As is?
Yeah.
How did it go? Can you do a bit? What sort of music was it? Was it lutes and Shakespearean styly, or was it something more contemporary?
Yeah, was it
reggae
like
beat?
lutes and harps and ting?
It was. It was garage and hip hop.
Is it? Is it though?
For real. For real.
Well, there's certainly no doubting the hip-hop credentials of Lee's team.
And how did Ken convince you that was a good idea?
He asked me.
Is that all it takes for you, Richard?
Yeah. How do you think I'm here?
What was on the B-side? Shall I compare thee to a summer's day or whop it up thee straight away?
That's the right answer. OK, Fern, just remind us again.
This is Ken, and we are part of the same Morris dancing troupe.
Right, and how often do you do that?
In summer, it could be every weekend.
It could be, but is it?
How do you combine this with your TV commitments?
Well, obviously, if I'm working, I don't go and do it because there's a troupe of 12 of us.
And where do you do it? Where do you Morris?
We Morris at the county shows.
Are you pretty good at Morris dancing? You know where this is leading, don't you? Yeah. So could we have a demonstration, Fern, at all?
I would feel silly.
Well, you're on the right show.
Yeah.
OK, right, David, remind us of yours again.
He drives a steam train and he gave me a ride in his cab.
Right, and how did this crop up?
It was...
You were doing that?
Yeah. It was at it was at my brother's 30th birthday do, which was at the Didcot Railway Museum.
There is nothing you've said so far that we doubt. Right, and why did your brother choose that? Was it ironic?
I think there was elements of irony and elements of genuine enjoyment. Very much like this show.
How far did you go?
You can't go anywhere. It's a museum.
Oh, so it's an internal journey,
is it? You can go sort of a couple of 100 yards, stop, a couple of 100 yards back.
And this is all within the building?
No. It's outdoors, but within the property. You don't access the national network because you just get in the way of the younger trains. They're in such a terrible hurry. Oh dear, says the old steam chain. Why is everyone in such a rush? It's because the network's so terribly underfunded. Say the trucks.
Who's this coming through? It's a young engine. Get out of my way, David. I've got important letters to deliver. That engine's very angry, said David Mitchell.
I don't know. This is a hard one because they're all...
I don't think it's remotely hard.
Oh, which one is it?
I think it's David.
Why do you think it's David?
Because she don't know jack about Morris dancing. He's never sung a song in his life.
They might be bluffers. Yeah, well, we'll test them on the knowledge. Very quickly, name some Morris dancing equipment, please, Fern.
I have the garters with the belts on.
Now you're talking.
I have the white knickerbockers and the long socks. I have the wooden-soled shoes.
And I've got the big pole now.
And...
Now, let's look at Ken. Does Ken look like a Morris dancer, yes or no? He sort of does, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
He does. Does he look like he could drive a steam train? That's a definite big yes, isn't it? Does he look like a record producer?
Not today.
So what are you going for?
What do you think?
Well, it's not Richard. There's no conviction in what he's saying.
He's no conviction in the Spice Girls movie, but he did that.
See, I I can't see anything but a Morris dancer when I look at him
So
now.
you're thinking it's Fern?
I am increasing.
If we could get a look at his hands, I'm sure we could see if he was.
Would you like to see Ken's hands?
Yes.
Oh, look out! The doctor's in.
There we go.
Here he comes.
He's a record producer.
What? Are they smooth?
Right, is that your final answer?
They're not manual labourers' hands.
So what is he?
Well, I'll go with Dr. Martin.
Oh, God, no, don't. Not me. It's a Morris dancer, then.
You think it's Fern?
Yeah, let's
You
go
think
with
it's...
Fern now.
Well, then I'm going to have to go with the team saying it's Fern.
You're saying it's Fern?
It goes against all my better judgment.
All right, OK. Ken, would you please reveal your true identity?
Yes, I'm Ken, and I produced a record with Richard E. Grant.
Our next round is called This Is My, where we bring on a mystery guest who has a close connection to one of our panellists. Now, this week, each of David's team will claim it's them that has the genuine connection to the guest. And it's up to Lee's team to spot who's telling the truth. So please welcome this week's special guest, Carlos. David Hay, what is Carlos to you?
This is Carlos, and I accidentally knocked him down in a boxing demonstration.
Romesh, how do you know Carlos?
This is Carlos. I once broke my strict vegan diet because I didn't want to offend him.
Finally, David Mitchell, your relationship with Carlos.
This is Carlos. He came to my house to deliver a pizza, but we ended up building a bed together.
So there we have it. Is Carlos David Hay's boxing buddy, Romesh's diet destroyer, or David Mitchell's DIY delivery guy? Lee, where do you want to start?
David Hay, the haymaker. Where was this demonstration?
It was at my gym.
Is it your gym?
At my gym.
And you were demonstrating as...
I was demonstrating. He works in a school that I used to go to when I was a kid, and the kids came to the gym to do a boxing demonstration.
Oh, I see.
And he got in the ring, and I do this thing where I let people punch me and I don't punch them back, and they get points if they can hit me in the face because I'm really quick.
OK.
And as I was doing that, I kind of put my arm out, and I don't normally hit people, I'm quite controlled, but this time it just sort of hit him, and he wasn't knocked out like asleep, but he was knocked on the floor.
And what did the kids do?
He was laughing their head. I thought it was the funniest thing.
Really? So basically, you have said to this poor man, come in the ring, hit me in the face, and you've gone, honestly, I
promised him I won't hit you back.
And you hit him back.
Yeah, I've done it hundreds of times and never hurt anybody.
For those who... I mean, I'm a bit of an authority, but for those who don't know much about boxing, could you show us? Could you just demonstrate what sparring is?
Imagine you're you and say Rob is Carlos.
Well, no, I can't. I can't. You can do it. You can do it.
I can't. Come on,
You are tall. I'm 6'1". You must be what? Nothing sudden.
OK, what we were doing, we had the gloves on, he was punching me, and I'm sort of blocking, so he's trying to hit me.
So shall I try and hit you?
Yeah, he's trying to hit me.
I can try and hit you. What are you going to do back to me? That's fine. Oh! I had you then, didn't I? Watch that one, watch that one. Oh, he's getting ready to hit me, I can feel it. Can I give you one in the stomach? Ready? Oh. Ready? Here we go, ready?
Oh!
You're doing the gentle one back. No, I don't want a gentle one back. No, it was very nice, thank you very much.
As I said, I get back what I give again.
That was hard. All right, who do you want to ask next?
OK, so, Romesh, you broke your vegan diet to be polite.
Exactly. Yes.
OK, so where were you?
I was in a restaurant.
And who is this gentleman to you?
He worked at the restaurant.
Okay. What was it called, do you remember?
Yes, it was called Benito's Hat.
And what did you order, Romesh?
I went for a burrito, a vegetable burrito.
So it's Mexican food?
It is Mexican, yes, Martin. I didn't know you were a connoisseur.
Well, what was it he made you eat?
Well, I was sitting eating my burrito on my own. It was quite a dark scene. And then he came over and he said, you're the comedian, aren't you? We said, you're a comedian. I said, yes, I am. And he said, we've got this for you.
What was it?
It was like this sort of... I don't know what it's called. It was like a dessert, but it looked like it had more dairy in it than I'd ever seen in my life before.
And dairy is not good for a vegan. They don't like dairy.
It invalidates, you lose the badge.
Are there any vegans on the panel? I'm not a vegan.
I'm not a vegan.
Not a vegan. So
Yeah.
you're a vegan. David Hay is a vegan.
I eat a plant-based diet.
A plant-based diet? I picture you like a brontosaurus pulling trees up by their roots, just grabbing at the tall leaves.
Brontosauruses are vegans.
I know, that's why I said it.
Yeah, they don't.
Shall we change your blanket?
So it's a free dish because he likes your comedy. And
Yeah, so he says, "Oh, I've got this for you."
Yeah.
And I just sort of felt under pressure, you know. He was like, he'd done a really nice thing. They'd cut the slice out of somewhere and they decorated it and they'd done a little thing with it. And I just thought, I don't want to go, you've offended my sensibility.
So how did it taste? I mean...
Incredible.
It was good.
It was one of the best things I've eaten in a long time.
I was vegetarian for about 10 years, and I always said, nope, I'm not going to eat that. I'm a vegetarian.
Yes, ordinarily, if you were at a party or
Had you
something,
been
somebody
drinking?
says, "Do you want this?" No, I'd not been drinking. No, but
You could use that as an excuse.
Is that the type of vegan you are? 3 o'clock in the morning eating a kebab? Just, I'm drunk, mate.
What about...
It's called David.
Little David.
Oh, the bed story.
Right, so
He called for pizza.
Oh, yeah.
Carlos
Yeah.
came round delivering the pizza, and they ended up building a bed together.
Right. Well, what...
Was the bed a flat
Come
pack then? Is
It
that how
was a
came?
flat pack, yeah.
Was it for yourself?
No.
Who was it for?
It was for my parents.
Had they not visited before?
Well, they had visited before, but not...
They would sleep standing up.
They'd not stayed the night before in that house.
We wanted to keep things on a formal standing.
Do you think David orders pizzas? Can't imagine ordering
It's amazing the things that people won't believe of me.
Imagine him ordering
Orders
pizza.
pizzas?
Yes.
Well, what else?
Does.
Well, what else would he do in a situation where he needs food quickly?
I think he'd order some sort of Roman feast or a Tudor meal.
I agree, but those sort of shops have been closing down at quite a speed recently.
I can't imagine him just ordering...
Tudor meal? I could just speed dial Tudor meal. I'll just have the Tudor meal number 4. With extra wrens.
So he knocks on the door. When he knocks on the door, did you have a plan that when the pizza man comes round, you're going to ask him, or was it a spur of the moment thought?
Well, the body of the last pizza man was beginning to smell.
You murder one pizza man, then you have to murder another pizza man. That's the domino effect.
The bed was...
And you've been trying to make this bed on your own.
I had.
Which bit had you got to?
Well, broadly, I'd managed to get the sort of side bits in the bed head bit.
Right.
And some of the kind of slats were more or less in
Let's
place.
be honest, you've almost finished then.
You put the slats on already, but you still haven't done the bottom.
Yeah, I couldn't...
You didn't do the slats at the end.
Put the slats on before
Exactly.
you attached the two side bits.
What else had you done? Had you also made the bed and plumped the pillows? I mean, you've gone in the wrong order of all this.
So the doorbell goes, here's your pizza. Oh, it's you. Hello, mate. Here it is, extra pepperami. There's the money. You give him the tip.
I haven't given him the tip yet. The tip happens later. I give him a much...
Oh, my God, I want you to come to my bedroom and then... there may be a tip in it for you.
No, I come to the door quite hassled. I think possibly holding 2 or 3 random pieces of wood.
Yes.
And I say, I'm terribly sorry, but could you just help me with something? For a minute. I'm just trying to assemble a piece of furniture.
Right.
And I just need someone to hold the other end while I shove something in. I can't vouch that those were my exact words.
All right, well, we need an answer.
Yeah.
Well, we need to rule one out. That would help.
Could just rule one in, and then that's quicker.
I would rule little David out.
Definitely.
Rule little David out.
Yeah.
Well, then we're left with the Haymaker, let's say, brutalising the teachers in a one-sided fight, or Romesh. I mean this in the nicest possible way, Romesh, but your face doesn't scream accommodating.
So what's it going to be, Lee? Time to make a choice.
We want to go with David.
The haymaker.
Haymaker.
We'll go with the haymaker.
You're going with the haymaker. Big David Hay, you're saying it's a teacher. You accidentally knocked him down on the floor. OK.
Yeah.
Carlos, would you please reveal your true identity?
Hello, my name is Carlos, and I made Romesh break his vegan diet.
Yes, Carlos is Romesh's diet destroyer. Thank you very much, Carlos.
If I'm ever walking alone at night, I call out the name of an imaginary dog to deter any muggers.
David's team.
What's the name of the dog?
Brian.
If it's going to be a vicious dog, it would be Brian, wouldn't it? Definitely.
And do you think a would-be attacker would, from the tone that you say Brian, know that you mean a dog and not a Brian?
To me, it sounds like you'd be calling a middle-aged civil servant.
Well, it's because I read an article written by Darren Brown in which he said if you're in a situation where things look like they're getting a bit choppy, if you do something unusual, the other person is so sort of freaked out by that they generally stop doing what they're doing if they're being a very...
How do you shout? Imagine I'm a terrifying would-be assassin.
You know, in your whole panel, maybe you're not the first choice for that role.
John, imagine if John was... all right, imagine Danny is a terrifying would-be assassin.
Yes.
And go for it.
Brian.
You don't want to attack me now, do you?
No, that's terrifying to me. Is it just someone comes up to you at night, mates ask you for the time, you go, Brian, you just flip out, or is it a general mugging?
I like you, Danny.
Everyone's got their own showbiz personas, and you and Danny completely gone for different ones, haven't you?
I think we're very similar in many ways.
I do.
We're lovers.
Danny, stay calm, please.
Push me.
Stay calm down.
Oh, you had to start shouting Brian.
Just say, Joe, you're playing with fire there. I'm leaving.
I'm feeling this one.
You think it's true?
Read a Darren Brown book for a start. He's that sort of...
I believe the Darren Brown article, but the whole point of that is that you say something random that sort of puts people off their stride, whereas you're going for something specific, calling upon a dog called Brian to come to your aid. But that's immediately disprovable. The absence of Brian is immediately evident. Whereas calling upon Brian, they're going to go, Brian? Oh, there's no Brian. Fine.
My big sticking point is still, if you were trying to create the illusion that you had a dog, why you would give it a person's name.
Yeah.
Would you shout dog?
You'd shout like...
Dog. Rover or Fido.
That would be good. If he had a dog called Dog, that would... Dog!
What would you call him, John? Rambo, Tyson?
Well, my defence is slightly different. I would wet my pants.
So, what are you thinking, David?
John?
I don't believe it.
Danny?
So I think it's true.
You think it's true?
I think he's that...
Now I have to make a decision. My gut is that it's not true.
Let's go no, then. Let's have a lie.
Let's say lie.
You're going to say lie?
Yeah.
OK. Joe, truth or lie?
It was a lie.
Yes.
So please welcome this week's special guest, Mick. Gabby, what is Mick to you?
This is Mick, and I deliberately tripped him up during the wheelbarrow race at my son's sports day.
OK, James, how do you know Mick?
This is Mick, and for 6 months, he was my sworn enemy when a practical joke got out of hand.
Then finally, Lee.
This is Mick, he's my son, and I'm only allowed to see him every second Friday. Sorry, no, that's not it. This is Mick. I once took him home from nursery instead of my own son.
So there we have it. Is Mick Gabby's cheated child, James's feuding friend, or Lee's traded toddler. David's team, where would you like to begin?
Well, Gabby, the wheelbarrow race, you were also a competitor. What was the format of the race, and how did the accident
Your
happen?
classic sports day wheelbarrow race. Child is the wheelbarrow. I was driving my son as a wheelbarrow, and Mick's mum, Barbara, was driving him. And there's always a lot... I feel our family gets a lot of pressure on sports day because my husband was an international rugby player and I did sport. And people always look at us as if they're the ones to beat. You know, I always feel that added dimension of competitiveness.
You were a rhythm gymnastic, weren't you?
I was a gymnast.
Yeah, I think they're looking more at him. Carry on.
So we were in the lead, my son and I. And you know, in your peripheral vision, you can feel somebody coming. And as we got to the turn, they were level with us, and my son's arm buckled, and which is for a wheelbarrow race is a bit of a no-no. So it takes you a couple of seconds to recover. So now we're behind.
Quite painful for your son as well. Perhaps that should be the main concern.
Classic sports person.
Oh, that's a no-no. We need this.
We got back level with them, and I'm ashamed, obviously, about what happened next. So I can feel, you know, these horrible thoughts coming into my mind. You know, we could take him out. You know, we could.
Wow! Come on, this is why we've been taking all the drugs.
And I stood on his hand, and so I know
deliberately.
You were thinking we should take him out.
So he then slightly buckled. So
Which is a no-no.
He got himself back into the race, and I decided that I couldn't let us win because that could be construed in some people's eyes as cheating, standing on the opposition's hands.
And in some people's eyes, physical assault.
So I had to then sabotage us because I couldn't let us win. So I deliberately kind of pushed my son into the ground.
So you assaulted 2 children.
I kind of just, you know, pretended to trip onto Reuben. So, right. And then his arms buckled, double buckle, which is a no. And that meant...
Reuben is your boy?
Yes, oh gosh, yes, yeah.
You know, the one with the face like that.
All right, who would you like to speak to next?
OK, James, so Mick became your sworn enemy because of a practical joke.
That got out of hand.
That got out of hand.
Yes.
So what was the practical joke or prank?
First of all, I'll say for the record, before we carry on, I hate this boy. I'm nothing but content for him, and I'm furious he's got on this show.
I feel I can only see him every second Friday.
So what was the practical joke, James?
He put cabbage leaves in my bed.
How did he get in your room?
I was staying at his house.
On a sleepover? How old are you?
A few years ago.
Yeah, well, he wouldn't have been born.
He was 9.
And you were, what, 31?
I was, what, 28? 29?
And how do you know him?
I know his dad. He's his son.
And you were staying at their house?
Yes.
Why did he put cabbage leaves? Why is that a thing?
Well, it's not a thing until he started doing it.
Yeah.
There's something severely wrong with him. I don't know why he started...
But you say
this kind of
started
stunt.
doing it?
Yeah.
What do you mean, this is a one occasion when you're staying there? Well, I don't know.
This is the first of many, David. I said got out of hand. I do not use those words lightly.
So you regularly stay at the house of...
Oh, no. Oh. This little man does not restrict these pranks to his own house. He has no respect for anyone's privacy and will cross any boundaries available to him. I hate him with all my heart.
So he initially put cabbage leaves in the bed you were sleeping in when you were
True.
staying at his father's.
Yes.
Right? And then subsequently...
Yes.
He has followed you and put cabbage leaves in other places you've been sleeping.
No.
OK? What then?
He sent me a cabbage in the post. He sent me half a cabbage, cling filmed, in a box. I was out when they delivered it. I had to go to the post office to pick it up. There was a note inside that said, "You got cabbaged again."
So, OK, so he's doing that. Did you, bearing in mind that this is a minor, did you at any...
It was a major, as far as I'm concerned.
Did you at any point retaliate?
Yeah, but it took me 6 months.
What did you do?
After 6 months of this...
Well, but you say 6 months of this.
Yeah.
What is this? There's the initial cabbage leaves in the bed at his house, and there's the posted half cabbage.
Yeah.
Anything else?
His granddad cabbaged me to my face.
What does that mean?
He gave me a present. It was all wrapped up nice. I thought it was a nice present. I unwrapped it. It was another half a cabbage wrapped in cling film. Members of the public started cabbaging me. I made the mistake of talking about it on the radio, and then everyone got the idea, and I couldn't turn up to a gig without there being a cabbage hidden somewhere in my dressing room.
Well, thank God you're playing safe and not saying it on telly, eh?
Yeah. So, did you retaliate?
Absolutely did. I removed all of his belongings from his bedroom and replaced them with cabbages.
That's, I would say, a disproportionate response.
6 months of my life, David. 6 months of my life of not knowing where the next cabbage was coming from. It was horrible. I had to go big. I've been cabbaged so many times. Somebody started a Twitter account, was tweeting pictures of cabbages on me every day. They said stuff like "Oi, oi, Savoy." It was horrible.
And that was just the tip of the iceberg.
It's a lettuce, you idiot.
Oh, but come on, cut me some slack.
No. I would say that anyone who can enjoy that joke about a lettuce would have to be a sociopath.
All right, on to Lee.
Lee, remind us of your story.
This is Mick. I once took him home from nursery instead of my own son.
Why did you not recognise your own son by using your eyes and knowing what he looks like?
I do recognise my own son. But we had this new pram, and the pram... I put him in the pram. He was very young at the time, because, well, you have to go to nursery. And I put him in the pram.
At nursery?
Not a pram, a push
buggy. Pram when they're sort of tiny.
A pusher, you make one mistake. You say lettuce instead of cabbage. They're on your back. You say pram instead of pushchair. I get to see him every other week. I'm stressed. I put him in the pushchair, and then I got chatting to all the other mums and dads and stuff. Got chatting, turned round. Little did I realise that one of the other parents had exactly the same pushchair, and because he was asleep, I just didn't bother talking to him because I thought he was asleep. Pushed him and got all the way home. Long walk as well, because he goes to school in London and we live in Aberdeen.
How long was it before you realised?
Probably Glasgow. It was, believe it or not, preferably do.
Yeah, that's very much the question.
Believe it or not, it was as I went into the front door and I pushed him towards my wife, who was coming towards me, and she said, "That is not my son."
But the other mother would have recognised her child, so let's go to the other mother.
Let's go to the other mother.
What happened there?
So, obviously, I'm not there to see the other mother.
No, but presumably in the police interview later, you've gone through those details.
No, I knew it would be a bit of a nerve-wracking experience, so I thought I'd better play safe and just keep him. And that's what we did. We just ended up bringing up another child. So I got into the house, pushed him into the house. My wife said, "That's not my son." So I went, "Oh!" I realised immediately what had happened, obviously. I turned round and I raced back to the school very quickly. So I got in just in time for them to go, "What are you?" And then...
So you got back just in time.
Got back in time.
Just before Mick's mother was going to start screaming, my child has disappeared, my child has disappeared.
Yeah, because what had happened is she was getting a bit frantic, but someone had calmed her down by doing the obvious and pointing to the child and saying, use your logic here.
Yeah,
there's a
child abductors don't tend to leave a child as well.
So, David's team. Is Mick Gabby's cheated child?
Maybe.
James's feuding friend?
Maybe.
Or Lee's traded toddler?
No.
I think that the cabbages, that is a good trick, because cabbages, when they get warmed up, stink. I also have, you know, been to many a sports day where the parents do get incredibly competitive. I would probably lean towards Gabby.
What about you, Melvin? Which way are you leaning?
I believe Gabby, but James is just weird, so I believe him even more.
Your paranoid view seems to be the whole country's in on it. Now everyone's sending you cabbages.
Every time people laugh at me, I suspect they're my enemy, which makes my job very difficult.
You think Gabby, but James even more.
And David thinks it's me, so...
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. James.
You're going for James. Mick, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Mick, and I am James's worst enemy.
Mick is James's feuding friend, and here's the proof that is what James did to Mick's bedroom. Thank you very much, Mick.
If my wife and I are having a row, to help us think more rationally, we go into separate rooms and continue the argument over Skype.
I should say, before we kick off here, if anybody in Wales is watching, Skype is, it's a sort of telephone call with pictures.
Adam, where did this idea come from?
Well, it first started when we were not in the same physical space. Well, like, we weren't in the same house. We were...
on Skype already?
We were on Skype. We were in different countries. Yeah. And we were having quite a difficult conversation that I was anticipating was going to get out of hand, and I was surprised by the fact that Skype enabled us to stay relatively calm.
What was the difficult situation?
I was going to ask
Did it go along the lines of, what's that person doing in the background?
So what was the last row you had that required Skype's intervention?
Well, I mean, this is kind of personal.
You brought it up, mate.
I mean... It was sparked off by drawers being left open.
Oh!
I mean, I was very irritated because it was something that I pointed out a number of times, and I was disappointed to see that
disappointed.
The conversation...
Classic.
Yeah. I'm not angry, I'm disappointed.
Disappointed. I was very disappointed to see that the tip that I had given about keeping the drawers closed, especially the ones at a low level, so I don't bark my shins. Is that really unreasonable? I was disappointed to see that chat hadn't been actioned.
So how do you go from arguing?
Yeah.
Which one of you will then say, OK, whoa, time out. Let's.
I mean, that's enough to start a divorce. Someone goes, OK, time out. Right, that's it!
So I did that with my wife when we were having an hour. I'd go, make us a cup of tea. that doesn't help. Just a tip for you.
Who makes that decision? How does it move on to the Skype stage?
Yeah, I'm the one who makes the decision, because originally I thought that it would be a sort of funny way of diffusing some tension.
Is this a system you could see yourself implementing, David?
No.
You and Mrs. Mitchell, perhaps,
no.
if tempers are ever, heaven forbid, raised?
Well, I think it wouldn't work for us, because I think we find computers more annoying than each other.
So, David, what are you thinking? Has Adam been telling the truth?
What do you think, Kirsty?
I think it's really, really possible.
What do you think?
He does like computers, doesn't he? Look at him.
I've got one last question.
Come on, then.
Oh, right.
The first time you had the row in real life, and you had in the back of your mind that maybe if you could get onto Skype, the row would be diffused. Was that not, to your wife, an incredibly annoying suggestion?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
I would have thought that the de-escalating effects of Skype would be overwhelmed by the escalating effect of suggesting Skype.
It's heavy going, isn't it?
It is heavy going.
It's very heavy going, that one.
8 years of this.
Get to the point!
Get to the point is not an exhortation you can fairly make during a parlour game. There is no point. This is a pointless exercise. We are whiling away our finite time before the grave.
What are you going to say? Truth or lie?
I think it's the truth.
I think it's so weird it's true.
OK, my team says true. I'm certainly not sure either way, so I couldn't overrule them.
So it's true.
So we're saying
You're saying true. Right, OK,
yeah.
OK. Adam Buxton, were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
Skype conducted arguments, that is a lie.
Oh, brilliant!
Our next round is called This Is My, where we bring on a mystery guest who has a close connection to one of our panellists. So please welcome this week's special guest, Zazzy. So, Miranda, we'll start with you. How do you know Zazzy?
This is Zazzy, and we once had a trial together for a professional ladies' football team, but we didn't make the grade.
There we are, Miranda's footballing friend. Lee, how do you know Zazzy?
This is Zazzy. I once cut off her ponytail on the school bus, thinking she was my mate Paul.
Right, Lee's short-haired schoolmate. Nick, what's your relationship with Zazzy?
Zazzy, my neighbour's daughter. She offered to mend my computer and inadvertently emailed to everybody in my address book a picture of my big toe.
So there we have it. Miranda's failed footballer, Lee's cropped classmate, or Nick's accidental emailer. David?
So, Miranda, what was the professional football team you tried out for?
It was for QPR Rangers. No, QPR.
QPR. So, what age were you?
About sort of early 20s.
Early 20s? So, isn't that quite old to be breaking into professional football?
You haven't seen QPR play, have you?
What position did you play?
Well, we were just sort of tipping up. And seeing.
So just seeing...
Can you imagine if this is what she'd have done on the day?
A lot of happy memories of your footballing past, obviously.
You were very good at the team talk.
Yeah.
We were just hoping that they'd see us and say, oh, you're a defender.
So you...
I don't know why I'm finding this so funny.
Had you, when you turned up to try out, had you ever played football before? You thought football's probably not a thing that involves practice. You've either got it or you haven't. I'll wait until I'm 23. I'll turn up at QPR and they'll probably let me in the team, and there I am, sorted.
Yeah, well, we played a bit at university. I'm actually crying.
As you had played?
We played a bit at university, sort of mucked about, and we thought, hey, you know, we're quite good.
Just you and Zazzy playing, or were there other people in this team?
We had some male friends who were, like, really into football, and we lived with them. And we, one day, probably, you know, trying to impress, said, we'll come and play football with you. And so
they were thrilled.
So you went... And they said, hey, you've got some skills in it.
OK. So, Nick, what went wrong with your computer? What was...
Running slow. Grindingly slow.
And why didn't you contact someone, you know, a proper computer person?
No,
or maybe she is a proper computer person who happens to be your neighbour's daughter.
Very simple. That she did a computer course at university, and why would I go out and spend a fortune when Zazzy can come in for a tenner?
And why was there a picture of your big toe on this computer?
No, one of the issues was it obviously was clogged up with stuff, and I needed it purged. And I told her that there were various folders that needed to go. My medical folder had to be deleted. A number of other folders I had to get rid of. My doctor is in London. We live in the country. I had had a very, very nasty accident. Stubbed my toe. Heavy bruising. The threat of a lost nail. And I thought that I would email it to the doctor, and he would then email back advice. Anyway, that was some time ago, and I wanted it now deleted. And, of course, she wasn't quite as good at her computing skills as I had hoped she was, or indeed that she had claimed.
You are terrifying.
No. I don't like to say this in front of her, but she had been drinking. And she pressed the email thing, and 700 people, including business contacts, serious people, were emailed a picture of this battered toe.
Including Sir Alan Sugar?
Yes.
He was the
He
first
received
to
a
get it.
picture of your toe.
He sent one back of his.
It was actually quite a bruising experience, because people didn't find it at all funny.
Lee,
yes.
You pronounce Zazzy's name Zazzy.
That's the kind of guy I am. I'm a maverick.
And you were at school with Zazzy?
Well, I was, yes. And before it's pointed out, I was in a different year, yes.
OK. How much older?
I think there was about 4 years difference.
Right.
But you cut off Zazzy's
Can I
ponytail.
just point out, we weren't actually at the same school. I should get that in, really. We were on we call it the school bus. It wasn't a school bus that was only for school children. It was the bus I got to school.
So you went...
It was a public bus, and she was a child who didn't know on the bus.
Start to sound like a court case, David. Can you back off?
And you attacked her head with a sharp object.
I didn't attack her. I did not attack a child.
But you mistook a child's head for the head of one of your friends.
Yeah, I was about 15. She was, I don't know what she was, but she looked...
3.
She looked like...
Why did you want to cut off Paul's ponytail?
Well, Paul's ponytail I've always found a little bit annoying. I mean, let's face it, have you ever seen a ponytail on a man and not wanted to cut it off?
It's still a bit of a step to actually have a go, isn't it? Because after all, it's up to people how they have their hair. It's not up to you, is it?
Trust me, David, if it was up to me, you wouldn't be having your hair like that.
Yeah. Likewise.
Thank you.
Was Paul somewhere else on the bus?
Yes, Paul sat next to me and he went, hey, go over there and cut my hair off. And I felt, what are you doing? It's quite... All right, Paul, stay there, I'll do it now.
So
I was a gullible fool.
This is an environment in which you don't know Paul's on the bus at all.
No. Paul, I
you
don't
just see the back of a little girl and go, there's Paul! Where are my scissors? I thought you might know Paul was somewhere on the bus, and then you see the ponytail and you've only got a moment, quick snip. You don't even know Paul's there. You're just seeing ponytails and snipping away, despite the fact that Paul is apparently wearing a little dress.
So David, what are you thinking here?
I'm slightly inclined to believe Lee. What do you think about Miranda's story about the football trial? That very much came to life, didn't it?
She certainly seemed to know a lot about football, so I was impressed with that. I think it might be Nick and his suppurating toe.
Emailing of the toe. And what about you, Jack?
I reckon it's Nick.
And what about you, David?
Well, I don't know. I'm stuck. Okay. But my two teammates agree, so I'm happy to go along with that.
You're saying that it's Nick. And it's the toe, and it's the email.
Yeah.
Zazzy, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Zazzy, and Miranda and I once tried out for a professional football team.
Yes, Zazzy did try out for a ladies' professional football team with Miranda. Thank you very much, Zazzy.